twisted gypsy or something that's going to give you a...
I guess. I feel
twist things. Genies twist things. Evil genies will twist things. But I feel like Satan doesn't really have anything to hide.
No. But, like, he's the Prince of Darkness. Wouldn't he, like, not want to give you a sweet deal?
I feel like he got a bad rap. He just wants to help people. But he wants something in return.
Yeah. A soul.
Sure.
Usually a soul, no?
Usually a soul, yeah. But he's got to have a lot of souls by now. Maybe he just wants a brand new pair of kicks or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's like those dope new Air Jordans.
Yeah.
That's what Satan wants. Can't get him anywhere.
I don't know. I'll try it out now. But no praying for you.
No praying for me.
You just let yourself get...
I just kind of sweat it out. I took some baths thinking that would help. And it kind of did, and it kind of didn't. I don't know what it did. I don't know what I was doing. I was delirious.
A bath sounds like a bad idea. Showers sound good, but a bath?
I did both, actually.
Okay.
I lie in the bath for like a half hour until it kind of got cold. And then I took a shower, and then I went back to bed.
Yeah.
I kept waking up in a sweat, so I felt really gross, and I felt like I needed to continue sweating it out in a hot bath.
Yeah.
But also, not feel gross. So I kind of did all of the above.
Well, you had a good stretch, 8 years of not getting sick, right?
Well,
sick?
one throw up in maybe the past 8 years.
Okay.
Last time I got real sick was maybe 8 years ago. You have coughs and colds or whatever, but I had like a flu 8 years ago where I was knocked out for a good week. Other than that, nothing too notable. I mean, maybe there were a few things, but nothing that I remember as being that huge.
Yeah. I mean, I usually get sick once a year.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But for me, it's like a cold that I get once a year where, it's a pretty bad cold where you're stuffy and maybe feverish or whatever. It's not a flu, but, it's a cough and a cold type of thing.
I get like tonsillitis or something.
Every year? You get tonsillitis?
Every year. It's
really?
Tonsillitis, and they tell me, you should get your tonsils removed. Like, no, I'll need them one day.
What for? What do you think you're going to need them for?
I don't know.
What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Tonsils. They got to be, well, what else isn't good for anything? Your pancreas? You need that?
It's one of those. I think the pancreas or the kidneys or something. Maybe the kidneys.
You need your kidneys.
No, don't you? Do you?
Yeah.
What's the one that you don't need? Is it the pancreas?
You have 2 kidneys, right?
Yeah, you don't need both.
You don't need both, but if you get rid of one, you shave like 10 years off your life.
Is that true?
And someone else who needs a kidney, you only ever have one kidney because you've given your kidney to someone else.
Yeah.
And that person will die if they don't get that kidney.
Okay.
Kidneys are important.
So I guess you need a kidney. You need at least one.
Spleen. You need a spleen?
Heck if I know, Matthew.
Anyway, there's a few things in that body.
We need to get a doctor on this show to start talking about all the things we do and don't need.
One day.
I feel like your tonsils, kids get them removed.
They do.
And then they eat a bunch of ice cream. Yeah, it doesn't sound that bad, Matthew.
It doesn't. But I mean, I'm an adult and I can eat all the ice cream I want now. I don't need.
That's a good point.
I don't need to get my tonsils removed to eat that ice cream. It's just I want them. I don't know for what. I'm more complete. I'll feel like I'm missing something. I don't want people taking things out of me.
Well, don't you love the idea of not getting sick that once a year and like just maybe you'd breathe better because you'd have smaller gone tonsils.
It's tradition.
It's a tradition
to get sick
for you to get sick every year.
And I look forward to because getting sick to me is like the New Year's. It's like you get a New Year, you make a New Year's resolution, let's say, and it's to eat better. And lose weight, stuff like that. I get sick for a week. I don't eat anything for that week. I lose like 10 pounds. And then I was like, I'm going to stick to this. And I usually am my healthiest right after I'm sick.
Oh, see, I was the opposite. I in a day and a half, I ate about a half a club sandwich and a can of Coke. That's what I consumed in that. And maybe like one glass of water. But even that, I was having like a sip. Every few hours, I was having a sip. And I was thinking, after a day and a half, like, wow, my caloric intake for yesterday was 0 because I had nothing except a little water. Yeah. And today I've had a half a club sandwich and a can of Coke. I guess this is like a weird good diet in a way. No, it's a terrible diet. It's not a good diet. And then I followed it up with, I've barely eaten in the past 2 days. I can eat. I'm eating almost a whole pizza. Let me just go nuts because now I can eat again. And I was like, to eat. It's been so long. I was excited.
You were given a gift and you squandered it. you didn't eat for 2 days basically, and you threw it away by eating a whole pizza. I love not eating for a week. You get so weak and
so weak.
thin
Yeah.
And it's good. You lose a lot of weight that way. You lose a lot of weight getting sick.
Oh boy. So maybe we should build that into this show. We eat burgers every week, and then we get real sick one week. We take a hiatus.
Yeah.
And we we lose maybe 2 of those burgers in weight.
Yeah.
We'd have to start getting sick a lot more often just to balance it out.
Well,
or start doing some exercise.
Ugh, that's the thing.
Let's just give each other colds.
Yeah. I don't mind going through some pain. Well, I guess working out is pain too, but that's doing something. I'd like to lose weight. I'd like to lose weight by just lying in bed and maybe throwing up every now and then.
Oh, Matthew.
I don't want to be bulimic.
No.
But it's I don't know. I guess the only negative thing is the acidity in your vomit that might.
I hate vomiting.
Eat at your teeth. Yeah, but you do it enough, you'll start to get into it again. You hate it because you haven't done it in like 8 years.
Yeah.
But do it like after every meal. You're gonna get into it.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
All right.
Like I was vomiting this time, and like I refused to get on my knees and hold the toilet. I just stood there with my hands on my hips, like nope, like an angry dad. Like nope, I'm not happy with this. Nope, this isn't. I don't like this. God damn it.
Yeah.
God, and I was swearing at the toilet, going like, "God damn it, this is stupid. I hate this."
Just get interrupted with
my commentary on
vomits.
Yeah,
yeah.
Now, Matthew, you told me something very interesting while we were eating.
Oh.
To move off the topic of vomiting, and this is a lunchtime show, so I'm sorry, dear listener, if you are eating while we talk about being ill. We're going to move on to easier topics, so don't worry your little stomach about it. Matthew, you were telling me while we were eating lunch that you had lost your whistle. And at first I was thinking like, well, he's not a referee or anything. I've never seen him with a whistle dangling around his neck, really. So what are we talking about, Matthew?
Just to let you know, if I did have a whistle, a physical whistle, it would probably be around my arm like a lifeguard.
Okay.
And that's why you'd never see it.
But would it be on like a stretchy string?
Stretchy orange coil.
How are you getting that to your mouth? Oh, I guess you could.
Yeah. You ever
sort of dab?
Wait, you've never kissed your biceps before? That's how you do
that's
it.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Or
dabbing's all the rage, right? You could be whistling every time.
Dabbing?
You don't know about dabbing? People do this. They put their arm into their elbow and stick their other arm away.
That's called something?
Yeah, dab.
Why?
Dabbing. I think a football player started doing it, and it's huge. It's a huge thing.
It's just like air traffic control.
Maybe it was a hip hop artist. I honestly don't know. But you dab.
Huh. All
do
right.
it quick.
I see. I'll try it out. Wait, what was I saying? Whistling.
Yes, you lost your whistle.
Yeah. It's not like I'm great at whistling, but I just can't. I was able to make a sound. And
Okay.
And I just realized one day this week I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I put my lips the way I normally put my lips. It felt like my gums had gotten bigger. I'm not sure.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I got really worried. I got really into.
Your gums were swollen?
I panicked myself. I started Googling like can't whistle. And it's like it wasn't a symptom.
Well,
Not not being able to whistle apparently isn't a symptom of anything.
Did you put can't whistle anymore? Because you were able to whistle. It's not like I've never been able to whistle.
Yeah, it's just like you find videos on how to whistle or people whistling, and it's like this isn't what I need. I need a medical explanation. Are my gums getting bigger? I thought maybe I was getting like
some sort of infection.
Well, the worst case scenario was that I was getting some kind of gum disease.
Okay,
and my gums looked fine to me, but I started lifting my lips up and inspecting them. I was like, is that how gums normally look? I never look at my gums normally, but it feels like they're a little too big now.
Okay,
because I couldn't make that whistling sound, and then. The wind outside of my apartment and just started whistling. It was taunting me. It was a beautiful whistle.
Do you think?
Right there.
Well, those it's windy outside and you hear like the shutters banging a little bit, and then one of those.
Yeah, it really freaked me out. Sebastien.
Now, do you think the Mother Nature stole your ability to whistle? Was taunting you with it?
I know it sounds crazy, but it was going through my head. Not in a believable way that I really thought that some witch had stolen my whistle.
Or you're like, this is an odd coincidence.
No, it just scared me. I got like goosebumps. The hair on the back of my neck stood up, and that made me think something even more sinister was happening. And I still, to this day, have not gotten my whistle back.
Maybe you should learn the other whistles, the like stick your fingers in your mouth whistle, or that like roll your tongue back whistle.
No, I'm too late to learn these new tricks.
I don't know about that.
Fingers in the mouth whistle. I don't even know how that happens.
I have no idea how that works, but my dad can do it.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
it's a dad thing. I don't know any young people who can do it. I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, stick your fingers in your mouth, I guess. I'd say go on YouTube or something. There are YouTube tutorials for anything you want to do in this life.
Yeah, it's just hard to show what you do with your tongue,
Well, I'm sure they explain it properly or whatever.
I guess.
Maybe you don't have to do anything with your tongue. It's all in the fingers.
Yeah, well, I gotta find some substitute for my whistle.
See, I've always been more of an inward whistler myself.
What do you mean?
Instead of blowing out to whistle, I breathe in.
That's a nice sound.
I love the sound of it, and also it's much quieter. Because when I whistle, I'm whistling for me. It's not for everyone else. I'm not putting on a show.
Yeah.
I'm just whistling for my own amusement.
You're just
when you
whistling
whistle
Dixie.
inward, it's a lot quieter, and I get to enjoy my whistling, and I don't have to bother anyone else with my whistling. It's kind of like wearing earphones versus walking around with a boombox.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. What is the term whistling Dixie? Where does that come from? He's just whistling Dixie. It's like you're doing something that you're wasting your time, I think. But I don't know what it means.
I want to say like Dixieland is like in the South. For some reason, slavery is coming to mind. Maybe slaves were whistling Dixie while picking cotton or something.
But that doesn't seem like a lazy thing. Seems like that you're being overworked.
Oh, that's true. Well, depends on the perspective. If you're a slave driver, they're never working hard enough, right?
I guess so. You never really see you don't see too much from the perspective of slave drivers.
No,
There's no like movie about how hard it was
to be a slave
to get all the slaves.
Oh
on
God,
board.
what a chore!
Yeah, and just
Not
right
as
around
revered as say cowboys. Yeah,
I guess. And there's no like when slavery was abolished, we didn't really get to see how hard it hit them. Yeah. That's got to be a story.
Think
like
of the slave drivers that you're putting out of a job. Oh God,
it's got to like I'm sure they weren't all bad people. It was just this is how the world was. And then when you do that, you just you pull the rug out from underneath people, and now
I mean, they're not terrific people if they're like, I'm going with it.
Yeah,
there ain't no saints there that are slave drivers.
I guess, but there's probably ones that are worse.
Sure.
There's like if you're a slave and you're being traded, and you see, I'm sure you have an idea of which are the ideal slave owners to work for, and which ones are the ones you don't want to get.
I don't know what the lines of communication are back then.
People
I don't
talk
know where you're getting. Yeah, but where are you getting the information? You're
from other slaves.
Yeah, but like, you're being traded. And they're like, "How's yours? Awful. How's yours? Pretty fucking awful."
No, but like you're out there in the field, and then you get to know somebody and be like, I used to work for this one guy, and it wasn't that bad. He brought us.
Here though, this is a living nightmare.
Yeah. It's like if ever you're on the block again, or not the block, if ever you're
on the trading block,
the trading block, yeah. If ever you're, this is terrible.
This is awful.
Look out for this guy. Really try to let him take a shine to you, or you do something to impress him, because that's the guy you want to be working for.
Good God, it's not even working for. That's the man that is less awful to be owned by.
Yeah, I don't know, man. How do you? Is that what they would do?
What do you mean?
Slaves? Is it pick cotton?
Well, that's a thing that they would do.
Who does it now?
Machines.
I feel like you can't have a person pick cotton anymore without it sounding bad.
I guess.
That's
I believe it's mostly machines.
Robots.
Yeah. Robots, the modern slave.
They're going to have an uprising too.
Oh, it's a matter of time.
Yeah. That'd be a weird place for it to come from, though.
What do you
mean? It's not like they
were specifically the cotton picking robots? Specifically
them, and it was because they felt like they were being overworked and they weren't being compensated. And it's less of... I always assumed that the robot uprising would come from them just getting so smart. And I mean,
I like it. I like it from it coming from like the blue collar robots.
Yeah,
going like, we demand a day off and more oil.